Hello world, this is Orina Brand Christopher coming to you with Unsung Warrior. And today's warrior needs no introduction, but I'll just let her introduce herself.
Okay, hello everyone. So my name is Doris Sambu and I'm glad to be here today. Yes,
We are also happy to have you here.
thank you.
Before we begin, tell us more about yourself before I ask you why should we refer you as an unsung warrior?
Okay, first of all, I'll start by saying that I'm the last born in a family of 11, 9 girls, 2 boys. So I'll say that I grew up really like nilipendwa sana. Mimi ndio yule mtoto wa mommy's kid, you know. Yeah, so I grew up, I started my primary school in a school called Central Primary School. I went to Londiani Girls, then finally to Multimedia University. Yes.
Which pursue which course? Yeah.
Multimedia pursued 2 courses. I graduated 2018 with my diploma in journalism broadcast, and recently nilimemaliza bachelor's in applied communication PR. Yeah, corporate field. Yes, so graduation will be this December.
Yes. Congratulations.
Thank you.
So, tell us tell us more about how you are an unsung warrior to us.
Okay. I understand that unsung warriors are people who've gone through something in life and they have gone through that thing without giving up.
Yeah.
So I'm one of them because, as I've told you, I skipped something when I was saying I started in Central Primary School, went to a boarding school, and then high school. So when I was student class 7, I got sick. I got sick on my left leg. So how it started, it just started as a simple thing. You know, it was during the night, and I felt pain on my left hip. And then I was in my room. Then I went to my mom's room. I told her, Mom, I feel like when I want to sleep on this side, nasikia uchungu. She told me, okay, wewe unapenda hiyo siku nilikuwa napenda mchezo sana. Nilikuwa napepeta hadi ball at those times. You know, being a last born, you play, and then people are grown up, so you are playing with all of vijana wa mtaa. So I was just a little mere Vicks. I don't know if you remember the robe and the Vicks. Yeah, that is what we applied on my hip. The following morning, it was really worse. So I was taken to Londiani. Hospital, district hospital, where we had this doctor called Dr. Gumba, and he was like, okay, Doris, there's nothing wrong with you. So he just gave me the painkillers, and then he told me to go back home. I was taken back home, and I had pain. And then, yeah, but now I went back home, but the pain was going. The following morning I could not even now step. Like, ilikuwa kitu serious. Then hii kitu ni kitu yenye sijai. I was taken back to Londiani District Hospital. Now it was serious. They had to take an X-ray. Taking an X-ray, nothing showed up. So they had to admit me because of the scream. I was screaming. It was really painful. And it's something that started in like 2 days. Like it didn't even ilianza tu kimchezo, you know.
This time bado you were still in class 7.
I was to join class 7.
You were to join class 7.
Yeah. Then they said, okay, now that she's in pain, we have to admit her. They don't know what's going on, you know. So I was admitted, and I stayed in Londiani district. They were treating me. I think nilikuwa nadungwa tu dawa ya pain because they had not known what the disease was. Then, you know, we didn't take it seriously, like nitolewe hiyo hospitali nipelekwe kwingine, because this is something that had never happened before. So I was admitted, and the more I'm in nikiwa kwa ward, the more the pain inaongezeka, the more I cannot step again. Then I stayed there like 2 weeks. The 3rd week, I think this daktari alikuwa anaitwa Dr. Ongeri. Alikuwa anaenda morning shifts. You know, these doctors who goes round the ward asubuhi. Yeah, so alikuwa anaenda morning shifts. Then he was like, okay, munipe a syringe. syringe or syringe. Yeah, hii ya kudunga.
You're still right.
Yeah, so akapewa, then he had to akanidunga hapa hivi on near my hip, then akapull. It was pass. Now pass iko kwa mguu and I don't have wound.
Okay.
Now I was taken to the theater. Then the theaters of Londiani, I don't know, iko imegrow kama sahi. Sahi Londiani is a very developed hospital. That those times I don't know. But nilitengenezewa hiyo, I don't know kama nilidungwa, then hawakungoja hiyo dawa ya ifanye kazi before they created the wound. Now they are creating a wound so that ianze kuoshwa because now there is pus in my leg. Nakwambia nilitengenezewa hiyo wound nikisikia. I remember my sister called Dorothy fainted because nili scream mpaka nikanyamaza. Then my sister was fainted. My mom was crying, and then there's this pastor. I remember he used to come wakina mama anaitwa Pastor Terere. He used to come to see me when I'm being cleaned in the nini, so hata alikuwa na feel dizzy. It was really painful, you know. And now after they created that wound, so every day, every morning I will be taken to the theater to be cleaned, and the process was so painful. Like I still remember the pain mpaka sahi, you know. Then now, luckily, bado tu hatujafikiria ati nitoke hospitali tuende to another hospital. We knew now that maybe kinona imepatikana ikiosho it will be okay. Then my cousin called Dr. Richard, he's working in Kenyatta. He was like, mtoto wako aje? Then Doris ako aje? Then he was told Doris is admitted at Londiani district, and it's like it's getting worse every day. Sasa at that time my sisters are taking shift. Huyu ananichunga leo because I can't sleep at night because of the pain. I can't stand again. Yani nabebo hivi nimekonda, sikuli because of the pain, you know. Then he was like, what? She's still bado Doris at hospital. Why didn't you tell me? Bring Doris to Nairobi. Haraka. So when I was brought to Nairobi, I was taken to Kenyatta. I remember nikiletwa Nairobi. Pale Londiani, I stayed Londiani for those people who know Londiani, Kericho district. So people were like, "Kwani what happened to Doris?" Nikiwa sasa hapo Londiani Junction napandishwa gari na scream. Najaribu kupandishwa hii gari, wakiona nina scream, gari naenda. Haitaki mtu mwenye anapiga nduru kwa gari, you know. So mpaka tukapata hii basi, they had to pay the 3 seats so that my cousin anishikilia mguu juu. Ikifika kwa palm, it's painful. Nikikaa hivi ungejua. But now movements, sikuwa nataka any movements at all, you know. So I was brought to Nairobi with the dad of my cousin. It was serious. My brother, the brother to this cousin of mine, my mom, my sister called Dorothy. So tulikuwa tumejazana kwa gari kama familia, you know. And I was brought to Kenyatta, and then nika-admitiwa. Kenyatta, they took an X-ray and found out that my hip bone had cracked.
Cracked?
Yes. Remember? Yeah. Bado tu ile wound iko. Sasa nimekuja na wound imetoka Londiani, ilikuwa inakliniwa. So I'm here. Pale Londiani, the X-ray didn't hawakupata anything. But now in Kenyatta, the X-ray wamepata for my hip bone had cracked. I was at niliadmitiwa nilikuwa 6th floor. Then I remember being taken to the theater. My mom was told, you have to sign 50%. This is a major operation, not a minor operation. Because nilikuwa nimeslim, I could not eat again. Nakwambia nilikuwa nalala kwa zile beds za OC. Nikisonga hivi kichwa imeenda, I can't move alone because of the pain. So my cousin alikuwa ame-alert madaktari wakasema, unajua Kenyatta uchungu. Sema ukimuona kichwa imesonga mpaka huko, just hold the sheet and then drag down because naumia shingo. So it was really painful. Like me nilikuwa through pain and I don't know.
And you are still at 7.
Yeah. Sasa
so
masomo imekatika. Masomo imekatika, I have to be treated first, you know. Being taken to after operation, yeah, they did an operation on my leg and they found out that I had TB of bones. Something I did not know it exists.
TB of bones.
TB of bones. So that's when nilitoka hiyo theater. Kama sasa pain imego. Nakumbuka nikiwa napelekwa theater naambia daktari, me what I want, Kenya nataka saa hii ni hii pain ishe. Kama nikutoa hiyo mguu nikata. I'm ready to lose my leg but the pain, the pain it stop. I was ready. I was even like, kama kuna kitu ya kusign, kama ni kwenda kutolewa hivi, you know. Yeah, and then luckily nilitoka theater nikiwa alive, and the pain was gone. Now I could sleep for the first time. Now trying to eat, sasa unajua I'm not eating for something, so there's pain, I think because of ulcers or such. I stayed in Kenyatta for 3 months. Nikiwa tu nimefungua mguu kutoka hapa mpaka huko chini, then inavutwa na chuma, I guess. So everything, I want to thank my cousin. He's a guy, but I remember I used to do everything in bed. Like it was something that I could not be ashamed anymore. So we used to, even my brother, my mom, the doctors there, they were so happy. Sorry.
Yeah, no, it's okay. It's okay.
Feel like hata akiniintroduce anasemanga this is my daughter and my brother, son, all of them, my family, my sister, all of them, they were there. I remember when I was in pain, my mom was a prayerful lady. We lost her actually 2019. Yeah, may she continue resting. My mom was a very prayerful lady. So when I was in pain before being taken to theater, she would come and pray. I would just tell her, don't come and pray in front of me. Yani nilikuwa nimekataa God. I'm like, kama Mungu wako, I'm still young. Why should I feel this pain? Kwani mimi nimefanyia nini Mungu? Nikuwe in this situation, you know. Yeah. And I stayed in Kenyatta for 3 months. Nikiwa tu nimefungua hiyo mguu. If you realize navuta hii mguu because I was to go for the second operation so that way relaxishe the easy veins hapa. Because unajua ukikaa for long umefungwa tu na nini inakuwa stiff.
Yeah.
So I stayed there, then after 3 months nilidischargiwa sasa. That is when I realized my life has changed. You know, I knew, yeah, it will never be the same. I knew nikitolewa kwa hiyo after 3 months sasa nitaamka hapo kama niko okay. But nakumbuka nikitolewa kwa bed nambo, leo sasa Doris ndo naenda home. My cousin was there, my mom was there, then I'm like, okay. I was so happy because now the pain is no more. Kwenda tu kutolewa kwa bed for the first time after 3 months. Si feel that leg. I cannot stand alone. Hiyo mguu inatetemeka. Yeah, hiyo mguu inatetemeka. Then I'm like, oh God. Now I'm done. I can't step again. But I'm like, okay, the pain is gone, but this is another thing, another problem. Then I'm like, okay. So my cousin was like, you will work, but utatembea tu Doris. Then I'm like, wanaleta wheelchair. What is this for? You know? And they are like, unapitia tu hii. Twende home. So I knew I'll stay nitakaa kwa wheelchair for the rest of my life. Nilidischargiwa Kenyatta when I was on wheelchair. Then my cousin, I used to go for officials in the hospital. Mpaka siku aliniambia wacha rafiki yangu anaishi hapa Ronga actually. Wacha rafiki yangu anaishi Ronga. Wacha rafiki yangu akuja kufanyia officials hapa kwa nyumba. So aliniandikia rafiki yake. Na rafiki yake mara ya kwanza akikuja akipata kina mama anasema wacha hiyo itoshe leo because they will see the pain that I was going through visual, you know. So daktari akasema watu wakikaanga hapa siku yenye namfanyia Doris visual. Huyu msichana hata haitembea. So every time I see that doctor, I'll get mad. Like, huyu daktari anakuja kufanya nini? I will just tell him, why are you wasting your time? I will never work again. Doris, you know what that doctor told me was like, you know what, Doris, I'm never going to give up on you. Because one, yeah, your leg ndio iliumia, but your brain ina work.
So functional.
You are bright, you are beautiful. That is what he told me every day. Doris, I'm not going to give up because you are pretty, you are bright.
And you're beautiful.
And you're beautiful. Then I'm like, even so, people are on wheelchairs, but deep inside, I want to walk again. You know, my life, my friends now are wanna move on na masomo. Mimi nimebaki huko, so he never gave up. They used to come and ananiambia, Doris, ukimove tu leo mguu moja, I'm going. That's enough. Just so alikuwa anafikisha katikati ya nyumba ananinyang'anya bachi. Ananiambia, Doris, nataka usimame basi peke yako. These things, you know, Doris, there are people who have been in worse situations than you have. Namwambia me, I'm never going to work again. Nikaona huyu mtu I give up. So I had to struggle every time. Ni move tu hata kama ni step kidogo aende juu ananisumbua, you know. But in the real sense, for him, he wanted me to work again. And he never gave up mpaka akaona nimework. Yeah, he never gave up. I really appreciate that doctor. And after nilianza kutembea wakati alikuwa anakuja kunifanyia officials, so nikasema daktari atafika kama bado tu niko na same place, so I will just hold the walls nikitembea peke yangu wakati ya wako. Then people are like, hey Doris, kumbe you can walk. Then that's how I made progress and I realized, kumbe I can walk again. Ukiweka kitu, let me tell you, the moment you put everything in your mind that you can't, you want, hauwezi. Sema siwezi, uwezi. Mimi mwenyewe nilikuwa nachukianga maths nikiwa high school, but nilikuja nikafuata microeconomics at university and I loved it. It's because of what you put it in your mind. Now after walking, going back Ocha, nimekwambia mimi ni last being pampered. Sasa mtoto ametembea, sasa nimetembea lakini sasa nina limp. So mimi nimeambiwa mimi ni person living with disability. I can't do anything. Napewa maji hivi na kunywa hivi na naacha glass hapa. Siwezi toa. I'm a person living with disability. I cannot do anything. My mom will say, wacha nini na mtoto? You know that motherly love, you know, yes. Yeah? Even my sisters, they were like, hata nikifua kitu, napelekewa maji bafu. Hata naweza oshwa. Some point, unaweza inama. You know, that then I'm like, leo ni kama si nami nasuguliwa, you know. That motherly love. My cousin akajua, Daktari Richard, thank you, I love you so much. My cousin never gave up. He came back home. Akasema, Doris akikaa nyumbani. Alinifuata mpaka home. Akakuja akasema, okay, how is Doris going on right now? She's working, she's ready to go back to school. Then my mom is like, no, mtoto anafaa kufunguliwa boutique. Hata ikiwezekana anunuliwe gari, atae tu. Sasa mtoto amekuwa kiwete. You know, mtoto amekuwa person living with disability. Msisumbue mtoto, you know. My cousin akasema kwanza before we start, mimi ni mgeni na nataka Doris anipikie chai. And I'm like, why is he doing this? Huyu mtu aoni mimi ni person living with disability, I can't do anything now. My mom is like, chai yuko, tunaweza akasema no, Doris nipikie chai. And you know how my tea is. I'm like, nimeenda kupika hiyo chai nikilia. Cousin yangu ananichukia. Akasema, let me tell you, I'm not going to leave you here. The wife alioa Masai. I was now to join class 7. The wife is in Narok, anafunza Narok. Akasema, okay, now that mom, Doris aliumia mguu si aje. There are so many people, you've been to Kenyatta, people lose legs, people You saw them, Doris. Didn't you see people with no legs? Uliona watu wanapata accidents, wanakuja wanamputetiwa miguu.
And they were still in function.
But they were still, yeah. What is worse with you? He said, pack your things, you are going to Narok school, you are going back to class 7. Hey, and I'm going that place. I was like, Mom, be calling me. Mom, alikuwa anakuja mpaka Narok. I'm telling you to see how our daughter is going. Kufika, nakwambia nilienda Narok, nikaambiwa shule tu iko hapa. But in the real sense, hey, you know, Narok uko ndani. So, yeah, but the wife was a deputy teacher.
That's cool.
Yeah. So asubuhi na ananiambia, Doris, unaamuka, mimi siwezi tengenezea mtu chai. Our wife is that woman, yeah. Wewe ndio unajipikia chai, you are not disabled. So I would cry every morning, Mom, come for me. Then I would track to school. Ananiambia, unaona ile? Hiyo ndio shule. Tupatane shule. Na nisifike mbele yako.
Pay lift.
Hakuna. Shule ndio ile, tembea. And that's when I started walking alone. Naenda shule, narudi, napata vyombo hazijaoshwa. Ananiambia, ulifika mbele yangu na vyombo bado hazijaoshwa, unajua vyombo ni kidogo, you know. Then I'm like, nimechoka. Anasema, Doris, osha vyombo. Those people, at first I thought, wananichukia. But they were making me strong.
They were challenging.
Yeah, they were challenging me. And then, luckily, miraculously, I don't know, I was in X1. I was leading in that school, class 8, nilikutanga kuboard. Nikaitwa shule ingine iko Narok. Then my mom was like, no, my daughter is coming back to Londiani. I went to Londiani Girls, na nikakuja Nairobi Multimedia University.
Now, let's back up a bit. Ukienda back to school now after the treatment, was there any stigmatization you experienced?
Hey, let me tell you now something. Sasa nimeanza hii yote yenye nasema I can't do, kumbe ni kujichukia. Now I'm like this, I'm not like any other person. I can't play volleyball, I can't play football the way I used to. Me, I used to dance. Zile nini za drama za shule Raimani. I used
drama
to dance.
Festival.
Yeah, I love drama festivals so much. I used to. Sasa watu wakienda kucheza, mimi niko hapo mpaka naambiwa, Doris, you go to the field. So I will fear walking in front of people. And that thing didn't end mpaka nikiwa Multimedia University. Yani nilijichukia. I'm like, now person with disability, na ngoja watu waende alafu sasa nitembee, nikiangalia nyuma nani ananiona venye natembea, you know. But people there loved me. I got friends, I got teachers who supported me, and then hakuna kurumia. Mimi actually, despite kujichukia, siko nataka pity from the start. I didn't like it. I don't like being pitied. The moment una pity person with disability or any other person mwenye ako na any challenge, huyo unamuumiza. Hata university, me I do my things. I go to school, kama class ni 7, I'm in class. Kama class, whether it's raining, unless I'm really sick, because I don't need pity. Mimi ule mtu, I want to get my own marks zenye nimesomea, you know. Because I was even taken to round tests, nilikuwa na letter do shule, you know. Then nikawa najichukia sasa kabisa for a very long time. Nilijichukia tangu hiyo siku mpaka nikiwa high school. I used to hate myself. Sasa watu wananiona aje nikienda unajua mimi sikuwa napanga line because they understood my situation. Na sikuwa ipata eti na stigmatiziwa. In fact, people loved me. And I hated that a lot. So watu wananipenda because I'm like this. Why can't people just be real? But they were real. To them they were real because we could do the same exam. See, eti yangu ni special, you know. Now coming to Multimedia University, wachana hata na huko. Nilikuwa naingia class. It's either niingie class mapema ama niingie late, alafu niende ni kama nitafute watu wamejaa class ndio nisionekana I'm limping. Yani nilijichukia to an extent. Now I'm to university. And then I'm like, I'm pretty. I know I'm pretty.
Yes.
Nakatiwa. Then I push people away. I push people. I think if I were to date someone, get date mtu kitambo, but now you could go with my friends to Natambia. Then someone is like, hey, you're so beautiful. Can I maybe? And I'm like, what's wrong with you? Yani nilikuwa napasha watu kwa barabara. Rironga watu walijionea maneno. Ni nini mbaya na wewe? Unanicheka. Yani then someone is like, why? huyo mtu haoni shida na mimi, but mimi because najichukia. Why me? Why not? Because I have pretty friends. Why not her? Why not her? Why me? Nilichukia wanaume. I could not. Nilikuwa nasema sitadi. Ha! Nasema hivyo hata na nimeruka place 24/7. After high school, you know, I had not been with a man, you know. I'm still, you know, I was sick for a very long time. Nimekuja then I'm just indoors. Nikapata chance tu moja. Ili change maisha yangu. Nilishika ball.
Ya nani?
I wish.
Okay.
Ball. Nilishika ball and I'm like, and I carried that baby with my condition. I have a daughter.
How old is she?
She's 7 from 2014. I think nilianza first year kidogo, then I realized niko na ball. I went home. Oh my goodness. She's pretty. She's called Michelle. I love you. One day she'll watch this. Actually, she understands English.
Okay.
Yeah, she's a very pretty girl. Then nimechungiwa home. Unajua home watu wanasema mimi ni mtoto. So, I don't know. Mpaka saa hii mtoto.
Wewe ni mama.
Na mimi hata hawezi niruhusu nikuje nikae naye hata hapo. Unakaa na mtoto kwa atakaa na nani? Then I'm like, I'm the mother. But I love them because they, if not for them, singeendelea na masomo. And I want to thank my mom because she kept on, like, Doris, Shamaliza diploma, so she has to go to another extent. And I'm very sure if she was still alive, they get a master's, you know. Those are the opportunities that I got. And I want to thank my siblings because how do I talk to me? Let me tell you now, friends, there are friends who will be there for you when you are okay. Nilikuwa na mabeshte when I was sick. Before I got sick, I had friends. But they left. Mtu anakuja kuona leo, kesho bado tu uko tu hapo. You know, that thing made me go into depression. Like, okay, so they are gone because I'm like this. Then apart from kukatiwa huku nini, wale wenye alikuwa ananikatia wote sasa mtu anakuja anakusalimia. You know, zile za kukatiana za ujinga. Okay, za utoto too, but now someone sees you and is like, oh, what will I do with this again? Persons living with disabilities are the best people ever. Let me tell you, being with a disability doesn't mean that you can't be in a relationship. Doesn't mean that huwezi osha vyombo. Doesn't mean that people should just see you as something. Let me tell you, I've seen people, what really made me accept myself, I'm a person who, for those who knows me, I have friends when I came to Multimedia University, when you were stick na mimi, and they made sure that mimi niji accept ile yenye wanasema Doris leo tunafuta kutoka shule mpaka Ronga, and I would say no, see it because siwezi nijustaki watu waniona nikilive, but they I think they understood that, wakasema lazima tumekuwa msichana. They tried, they tried their best. But 2020 March there was this training at Multimedia University of persons living with disability. Then I have a friend, another person mwenye yani ameni inspire ni Trish Mativo. She's a student leader Multimedia University. That girl is a brand ambassador. Ana drive gari, amenibeba mara mingi. Yani ana drive gari ka. This girl was the one who invited me to this training that was held at Multimedia University. Nakwambia sikuwa nimejiaccept despite my friends being there, despite my family being there, and I could not speak it out, you know. But now nikasema okay, and then I was doing my attachment at KWS. Nikaomba off, nikasema let me just go to this training. Kufika training now, I'm finding persons living with disability when you accept, they are just pretty, they are just Then this guy was like, alikuwa anaitwa Mr. Manyonga. I might bring him back to this show to come and talk more about persons with disability. This guy was just talking there because it's a training, you know. Then he's like, Kenya alisema, disability is a club. Anyone can join. You go, unatembea na gari yako, accident do happen. You lose your legs, you lose your eyes, you lose your arm. What happens? Life must go on. And then another thing that my cousin Dr. normally tells me, Doris, you are not disabled. There are people who are mentally disabled. Wako tu, you are nile tu, you can't jump, you can't run. But those are the things that many people, kuna wale watu wamenona, they can't run, they can't, you know.
Whatever you can.
Yeah, I can walk. Even those who are seated there on wheelchairs, they can do a lot. Let me tell you, give these people with persons with disability opportunities. You know me, when I get employment or employed, I do that work knowing that this is the thing that I can do. Because I can't go to farm. Siwezi enda nilime. So nikipata job, I'll do this job. I don't want to lose this job because this is what I'm good at. This is what I can do. Yeah? To wrap up, or even before we end up, I want to tell people about, I want to talk a little bit about misdiagnosis.
Yeah.
If I wasn't misdiagnosed at first, maybe at a point, maybe fall into persons with disability or a person that, it's not like a bad thing.
It would have been worse.
Yeah. If kama wangesema hatuwezi mapema, you know, uko tu hospitali unadungwa, I think nilidungwa almost 80 something. Nadungwa tu because of pain, and they don't know what they are treating.
Wanadunga wakitoa past.
Wanadunga tu ni hiyo pain iishe.
Iishe tu.
Na naoshewa tu the wound, but they don't know what they are treating. You know, at some point people lose even their lives because of being misdiagnosed.
Yeah.
That is a bad thing. I know, I love doctors so much, because if not for doctors, many people
would have perished.
Yeah, would have perished. But I want to tell those doctors who, if you know that you are treating someone and you don't know the real thing that you are treating, rather tell this person, okay, this is he, just go to another hospital. It's okay to not know. All of us don't know everything. Yeah, you know? Yeah. And yeah, I think that's what I wanted to tell. And people, if you have friends, they are going through things. People don't talk. Like me, I was going through depression, and I wanted my family to know that I'm okay. Sitaki kuwasumbua, washanisaidia, wamenibeba wakati napelekwa kwa nini, kwa kivuli, wananirudisha kwa nyumba. So I'm depressed because I've lost friends. If you know that you have lost someone, mwenye yani ukijua uko, si lazima ikuwe mtu mwenye ako na disability, mtu anaweza lose job, you don't even take care of them. That's bullshit. Shame on you. If you are that person, if you are not a true friend to someone, don't stick there. Let them be with people who knows that if they are going through things in life, they'll always be there for them. And those men, if you think that, let me tell you, I've gone through in relationship. Labda nimekataa wale wenye walikuwa wanakuwa. But there's this guy who told me, I want to say this because right now I've accepted myself. I know I'm pretty. I know I can. I have a kid.
And you're smart.
And I'm smart. Yeah. I don't care. I'm going to tell this guy. I won't mention the name. But he was this guy. And then he's like, you're not flexible. Shame on you. And I will tell those people who see persons with disability, you know, I've seen my friends with disability. They are men. If you are not, there are men who are real men will love someone the way they are.
Yeah.
Real men. Me, I've seen friends with disability. They have men. I salute people who are taking care of persons living with disability. You never know tomorrow. I wasn't born like that. And things happen. And I'm not praying for anyone to be in that situation. But it's painful when you're just there, then you're with me for some time, then you're like, you're not flexible. You are the one not flexible, my friend. And you should be checked mentally. That is called mental disability. Such men are trash. True.
I agree.
Yes.
I completely agree.
I'm really mad right now. And I really want to tell people, persons with disabilities are just any other person.
They are normal people.
They are normal people.
Normal people.
Yeah, accidents happen every day. So because so ati sasa nikiolewa kama niko normal nipata accident ni lose mguu utaniacha because ati nimekuwa person living with disability.
And you're still human.
And I'm still human.
You haven't changed your
species. I have feelings. What is wrong with people?
Very true, very true.
Yeah.
I agree. I completely agree.
I think I should be called to talk to people to understand these things.
Tell me how long did it take you to accept yourself now? The way you are now. You're now self-aware. You now know yourself and you love yourself the way you are. How long did it take you?
Yeah, since 2007 till 2020.
Till 20. Last year?
Yes. Last year, March is when I accepted myself. And because, you find people, at some point, I think friends also are people who can help you overcome whatever you're going through. Yeah?
Yeah.
And true friends lead you to the right path. And I want to thank my friends. If I mention mimi ni mtu wa watu. Yeah, mimi ni mtu wa watu. I have a lot of friends and they're genuine. They know mimi ni mtu very talkative. I'm very sure this show ingekuwa imeisha saa. But mimi ni mtu nasemanga tu kile kitu yenye kwa roho yangu. I just take it out, And I want to thank my family and I want to thank my daughter. My daughter is like, you know what, Mom, when I grow up I want to be a doctor. So that nisaidie watu wenye wanapitia kenye unapitia. I love her so much.
She sounds special.
Yeah, she is. And it's very, I feel happy, I feel content, I feel, after accepting myself, I now slay. Like, I don't even, saa zingine natembea, then someone is like, pole madam, uliumia. Then I'm like, oh, I don't even remember anymore because I've accepted myself. And I want to tell people, disability, let me just talk about disability. There are these kids who have cerebral palsy. And their parents have kept the kids inside. They don't want to let them out at your people are ashamed of their. Imagine kama familia yangu ingekuwa ashamed of me. Singefika mahali niko. Two courses is not a joke. Journalist and a PR person. It's something that I could not have achieved if they were ashamed. Let your kids come out. Let your husband come out. Let your wife come out. You never know. These people can even take you places, Persons with disabilities are people who are really, really, really advantageous. Disability has its own advantages. Yeah, you never know. Just let them out. If you need help, mleta wote jua. Watu wanafungia. Me, I've seen women wanafunga kabisa watoto wao mpaka kichwa because they have cerebral. These are special kids. And I love people who take their kids to therapy. Such kids are taken to therapy. They are taken. If you don't have enough funds, just let your kid. Want to see wabaya? Si kila mtu ndo mbaya. Yeah, this one generous person and I identify as this kid is going to be mine in a way that nitakuwa nampeleka officials in therapy, Yeah, na kama uko na any person with disability outside, let them out. Hapa ndio uta-realize, unajua akikaa ndani uta-realize atasoma kweli. But akitoka unaweza shangaa, they are geniuses.
True.
Yeah, they are geniuses, let me tell you.
Tell me this. Was there by any point of your life you felt like you just want to give up? Iishe sasa.
Hey.
And if so, how did you cope? Because I know your family just sound great. They supported you. But apart from family, how else did you get support to go through what you want?
Okay, at some point, there was a time I felt like, hey, this is too much for my family. Especially when I was home, I would feel like ni kama nawapea pressure, ni kama nawatesa. For them, hawaoni unawatesa, they want to help you. But for you, feel like, nawatesa, they are doing too much, pesa yao inapotea, Then you are like, sijui nijiue. There was a time I wanted to commit suicide. Then
What age was that?
After operation. Yeah.
You're still around upper class 7.
Yeah. Not just after class 7 sikurudi shule until my cousin came to take me back. So there was a time I was like, sijui nikunywe hii try it. Then my cousin found me and he was like, what do you want to do? So nilikuwa nikunywe niende huko nje nikufie huko. Because I felt like I've lost friends. And then I've been a burden to my family. I felt like this is too much for them. To them, unajua kukua hapo. Sasa watu hata haezi enda kuwa fan huko sasa juu huko. Kama watu wanaenda out wanasema, okay, nani atabaki na Doris, So that thing was really disturbing. It was really bad. It was, and I want to thank Daktari because kama angenichukua, I don't know, maybe my life would not be like, yeah.
What is last question? What is that one thing you would like to tell people out there who are undergoing what you're undergoing, what you're going through? What would you like to tell them?
What I want to tell them is that things happen in life. We don't plan for anything to happen. We just find ourselves in situations we feel like it's the end. But let me tell you, it's not the end. It's just the beginning of the journey that you do not know the end. Yeah? So I want to tell them that don't give up. Keep pushing no matter what, and learn to let you talk to people. I'm very sure people are bright. Kila mtu ako na akili, atajua nikiambia huyu. Unajua ukiongea hata kama hatakusaidia, ile ku let it out. Just talk to someone. Let that thing out. Si lazima ikuwe na disability. There are people who are going through depression. Right now, mental wellness is something that is being talked about all over. Yeah? People are killing themselves. People just talk to someone, let it out, and then also be this person who can, share your and then if you are to cry. Jifungie tu mahali, lia, ishe, Yeah, and if you feel like you are with toxic friends, just cut yourself out slowly. Be wise. Just go to people who understands you, whom you know. Unajua, utajua tu mimi ni rafiki yako, si ndio? Utajua, mimi I know when someone is just laughing. There are people who laugh. You know that this is a fake laughter. And there are people who will laugh and you feel like, oh, they're laughing because they are part of me, Yeah, just don't give up. Yeah, just take an example of me. If I would have given up, sai singekuwa journalist, and I'm working right now. And that's accepting myself ilinifanya nianzishe talk show. Yeah. My own talk show.
Tell us more about it.
Yeah, it's the Doris Sambu talk show. At first, I thought of bringing in persons living with disability only to come and inspire, because if I could not have attended that training, then maybe Singeji accept. So I thought, so if I talk to someone outside there, even one person will change. And I've been getting messages that, hey, Doris, you inspire us. Even if it's only one person. I'm very sure Mr. Manyonga yeye aliongea na akapanda gari yake akaenda. Hakujua ame-inspire mtu. That changed my life. And that's what I want. But now I bring in people, musicians, upcoming people. I don't only bring in celebrities. Naleta hata wale watu wana dance huku kwa mtaa, they want to explore their talent. No, you just inspire people to move on, to not give up. Yeah, it's called the Doris Sambu Talk Show. Yeah. Unaweza ipata on YouTube, the Doris Sambu Talk Show, Facebook, the Doris Sambu Talk Show.
Okay. Yeah. Believe you are truly an inspiration to us. We thank you for being here. And sasa we hope sasa when more men come to you, we'll see wakukuze sasa.
Yes.
You're now smart and beautiful, as you say.
Yeah. Sifukuzani sasa. If you want to come. Applications are like this right now. I'm sampling them. You might be lucky.
There you sasa Mambio. This is Doris Sambu right here, an unsung warrior who does not let her disability define her. There's nothing more to it. Life is precious. Seize every moment.